They told you manifestation was complicated, that you needed to rewire your brain, rewrite your affirmations, rearrange your crystals, meditate at sunrise, chant in front of your mirror, and visualize yourself floating in abundance like you were directing your own spiritual film. But what if the entire approach has been backward? What if manifestation is not about creating your desires from scratch, but about tuning yourself to a version of reality that already exists? A version of reality that's been waiting for your frequency to align with it, not through effort, but through coherence. Let's start with something you felt but couldn't quite explain. That strange moment when you think about someone and they message you. When an opportunity appears the moment you stop obsessing about it. When you suddenly get clarity, not while trying to solve a problem, but while you're relaxing, showering, walking, doing absolutely nothing productive. These aren't coincidences, they are collapses in the quantum field, reflections of coherence between your internal state and an external timeline. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people never enter this state on purpose. Because they're taught to chase, to fix, to push, to say, I want this, while vibrating with the energy of, I don't have it. And in the quantum, that mismatch is everything. The field isn't listening to your words, it's reading your alignment. So let's strip this illusion down, because what you're about to understand is so simple, it almost feels like cheating. You are not separate from the field you're trying to influence. You are the field. And manifestation isn't something you do, it's something you become. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Your frequency, not your thoughts. Your embodied signal, not your desperate desire. And when you finally grasp this, when you stop outsourcing your reality to external effort and begin shifting your internal broadcast, everything starts to move. Reality doesn't resist you, it reflects you. So the question becomes, what are you reflecting right now? Most people are unconsciously manifesting from confusion. Their thoughts say one thing, their emotions another, and their actions move in a third direction altogether. They want abundance, but carry guilt around money. They want love, but armor their heart in fear. They want purpose, but stay frozen in indecision. The signal they're sending to the quantum field is not clarity, it's noise. And the field always mirrors back your dominant frequency, not your conscious intentions. This is why it feels like nothing is changing, even when you're doing all the right things. It's why vision boards fade, affirmations feel hollow, and rituals feel like routines. Because you're broadcasting one frequency while embodying another. And the quantum doesn't speak English, it speaks vibration. Which is why, the moment you become coherent, when your mind, body, and energy align, that's when the field begins to shift. That's when timelines collapse. That's when what felt far away arrives with uncanny speed. And not because you finally forced it, but because you finally matched it. Today, we're going to break this down, piece by piece. You'll understand why manifestation isn't magic, but physics. Why your subconscious is the real observer collapsing your timeline. Why your nervous system can block abundance faster than any limiting belief. And how to finally align, not by pushing harder, but by becoming still enough to tune in. This isn't a motivational talk. It's a manual for collapsing reality. And by the end of this video, you won't just think differently, you'll vibrate differently. And the field, your life, will respond. Ready? Let's begin. Most people don't realize this, but manifestation doesn't begin when you write the goal. It begins the moment you tune into the version of yourself that no longer doubts it. This is why vision boards don't work for everyone. It's why affirmations can become a trap. Because if you're trying to convince yourself you are abundant while secretly believing you're still stuck, the field doesn't respond to the words. It responds to the signal underneath. That's the first truth no one tells you. You've been conditioned to approach reality like a machine. Push the right buttons, say the right things, repeat the same steps, and it should produce a guaranteed result. But the quantum doesn't work that way. It's not linear, it's not mechanical, it's responsive. Like a mirror that doesn't reflect what you say, it reflects what you are. This is the radical realization that shifts everything. Reality is not responding to your effort, it's responding to your energy. It's not listening to your surface voice, it's echoing your deeper vibration. So here's the paradox. The more you chase it, the more it slips through your fingers. Because the act of chasing tells the field you believe it's not here yet. And in the quantum realm, belief is a blueprint. You are living a feedback loop of your inner signal. And the universe, it's not judging, it's just delivering, perfectly matching the data you've already uploaded. The challenge is, most people try to upgrade the software by shouting over it instead of changing the code. They layer positive thoughts on top of unresolved trauma. They repeat, "I am confident," while their nervous system flinches at the memory of rejection. They force themselves into high vibes only, while bypassing the grief that's still tangled in their chest. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But what if the path to manifestation wasn't forcing alignment, but restoring coherence? What if instead of trying to get somewhere, you remembered that you already are the version of yourself who knows how to receive? The field doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be integrated, coherent, aligned in thought, body, and being. And this is where the real work begins, not in the outer world, but in the frequency you practice when no one is watching, in the breath you choose when you could have spiraled, in the posture you hold when fear whispers back in the quiet decision to stop performing and start embodying. And here's the beauty. The moment you feel the shift, even for a second, you've already collapsed a new timeline. You've already changed the field. Let that sink in. One coherent thought, one aligned emotion, one embodied action is all it takes to create an opening, a window, a new frequency that reality can finally match. Are you beginning to see it now? This isn't about working harder, it's about becoming clearer. It's about remembering that the version of you who already has it isn't somewhere far away. It's here, inside you, waiting to be tuned. Let's go deeper into the mechanics. Because once you understand what's actually happening beneath the surface of quantum manifestation, you'll stop treating it like magic and start treating it like mastery. Every thought you think sends out an electrical charge. Every emotion you feel generates a magnetic field. Together, they form your electromagnetic signature, your broadcast. And this broadcast is your command to the quantum. But most people are broadcasting static. Thoughts in one direction, emotions in another, actions in another still. They're saying, "I trust," while feeling anxious, acting from fear, checking constantly if it's working. And the field, it responds with perfect fidelity, not to what you wish you were, but to what you actually are. That's why the observer effect matters, not because it's a cool scientific concept, but because you are the observer. Every second, you are collapsing possibilities into form through the lens of your attention. Focus creates form. Emotion gives it weight. Repetition makes it stable. And your subconscious is observing, even when your conscious mind isn't. That means the patterns buried deep inside you, the ones you inherited, absorbed, or built in survival, are playing a role in shaping what shows up. The field isn't punishing you, it's reflecting what's already there. This is why change can feel so hard, not because the field is resisting you, but because your signal is full of contradictions. You're trying to move forward with one part of you, while another part is still holding on to fear, or guilt, or the belief that it's not safe to have what you want. And the field, it waits, not with judgment, but with precision. It's listening for a coherent signal, and until it receives one, it holds the wave in place, possibility suspended, not yet collapsed. This is why coherence is everything. It's not about being positive all the time. It's about becoming unified, whole. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align, even briefly, you create a moment of vibrational clarity, a flash of coherence, and in that moment, the field knows exactly what to do. It doesn't hesitate, it doesn't second guess. It mirrors you back, instantly, precisely, and without distortion. So how do we become coherent? You begin by getting honest, not about what you wish you felt, but what you actually feel. You begin with presence, stillness, noticing the patterns without judgment. You breathe into the contraction instead of avoiding it. You feel the tension in your chest without fixing it. You sit in the discomfort and let it speak. Because the moment you listen, truly listen, the energy begins to move. And when energy moves, the field shifts. Suddenly, what once felt stuck softens. What once felt blocked opens. And that opening is your doorway to alignment. Not because you forced it, but because you felt it. And that is power. Now that you understand coherence, let's talk about why almost nobody lives in it, even when they think they're manifesting. Because here's the truth. We're not taught how to feel safe in the unknown. We're taught to hustle, to chase, to figure it out. And if we can't see proof, we panic. But the quantum doesn't reward panic. It mirrors presence. It doesn't listen to how badly you want something. It listens to how clearly you already feel it. And this is the paradox. The more you need something, the more your frequency says, "I don't have it." And the field responds accordingly. Think about that. If you're visualizing love while clinging to loneliness, the field mirrors back loneliness. If you're affirming abundance while checking your bank account in fear, the field reflects fear. Not because it's cruel, but because it's accurate. It's not punishing you. It's showing you your alignment. This is why surrender isn't weakness. It's intelligence. It's a higher technology than control. Surrender says, I trust the timeline I've chosen. I trust the field to mirror my vibration. I don't need to grip anymore. And from that place, you finally become magnetic. Now, let's get even more practical. How do you shift when you're spiraling? How do you stop broadcasting static and start radiating clarity? You start small. You find your breath. You anchor your awareness in your body. You ask yourself, what timeline am I tuned to right now? Is it lack or trust? Is it desperation or alignment? Just asking the question creates space. And in that space, you get to choose. That one conscious choice, that one breath of presence, is the seed of an entirely different reality. And it's not just mental, it's cellular. Your nervous system learns to feel safe in a new state. Your body begins to let go of the chemical addiction to struggle, and your field, slowly, beautifully, begins to shift. Because the field doesn't respond to the mask you wear, it responds to the vibration you live. And when your vibration says, I am already in harmony with this outcome, manifestation stops being a chase and becomes a confirmation. The quantum isn't a slot machine. It's not a vending machine. It's a mirror, and mirrors don't lie. So here's your real work. Don't push, attune. Don't chase, calibrate. Don't beg the field to change. Become the version of you who already lives inside the new timeline. Feel how they breathe, how they speak, how they move through the world. And then, embody it. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, one choice at a time, one breath at a time, one moment of coherence at a time. And yes, there will be days when you forget, days when the old timeline pulls you back, but that doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're being invited to remember. And with every remembering, the signal gets stronger. So now you understand, it's not about more affirmations, more vision boards, more hustle. It's about fewer contradictions, less static, greater resonance. You're not here to manipulate the quantum field. You're here to harmonize with it. You're not here to force results. You're here to embody alignment. And when you do, reality responds with breathtaking precision, not because you earned it through struggle, but because you finally tuned your signal. This is what almost nobody tells you. Your external world is always playing catch-up to your internal broadcast. So if you want a different world, broadcast something new. Let that be your practice. Wake up each morning and ask, what frequency am I choosing today? Catch yourself in the old stories and shift. Pause when you feel anxious and breathe into presence. Become the clearest signal you can be, not for perfection, but for coherence. And when you do, the field will bend toward you. Opportunities will show up that make no logical sense. Connections will unfold that feel like destiny. Paths will open that were invisible until you stepped into alignment. But it won't feel like magic. It will feel natural because it's your signal finally reflecting back as form. This is the quiet power of quantum manifestation. This is how the future finds you, not when you're chasing it, but when you're living as if it's already here. And now, as we close this journey, I want you to remember something simple but profound. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. Not what you say in your head, but what you radiate from your heart. Not what you try to control, but what you allow yourself to become. So today, tune the signal, choose the timeline, embody the shift, and watch what begins to unfold. Not because you forced it, but because you finally aligned with it. If you're finding value in these revelations, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected to the deeper truth. Let me know in the comments if this perspective shifted something in you, and type, "I'm ready" if you feel the veil thinning and your hidden energy awakening. Thank you for walking this path of ancient remembrance with me. Until next time, stay curious and stay aligned. And if you haven't yet, join the Mystery School today.